In conference room are members of the Midwestern State Mustangs women's basketball team. In the center of our podium is head coach Noel Johnson. To her right, the far end of the podium, is Katie Brown. Katie's a senior forward from El Campo, Texas. On the near side of the podium, coach's left, is Whitney Taylor. Whitney is a sophomore guard from Melissa, Texas. Coach, give us your initial impressions on a ball game that was a little slow for everyone getting out of the chute. The first bucket didn't come about 2:15 into the ball game. Your team scored it, and then after that it was like West Texas just established a gap that you couldn't overcome.
Well, we were shooting about 18%. We had the looks and we were rushing some shots, and that really hurt us in the first quarter where we only scored 6 points. You know, their zone is tough. They extend it wide. We needed to drive against it more and be a little bit more aggressive against the back of it. And we weren't getting the looks that we felt like we were going to be at our advantage. We're a little out of sorts today. I mean, Whitney's been thrown up or been sick since Sunday. And so we've been trying to get fluids in her for the last 3 days, and it's been kind of tough. Felt like we were our scoring in that area was going to be hit or miss, just depending on how she felt or what wave was coming at that point in time. We didn't handle the ball very well against the pressure, just offensively, and I felt like that's where we really struggled in this game, was the offensive game. And then, of course, the rebounding I felt like we were doing very good with. We got 11 offensive rebounds, but we missed so many shots that they beat us in the rebounding.
West Texas A&M went up double digits early in the second quarter, but your team fought back, got it down, I believe, 6 or 7 just before the half, but then it bumped up to 10 at the half and just never recovered.
One of the best characters of this group, not only have they improved tremendously over the season, is they don't give up. I mean, they've got a fight in them that I haven't taught them. They're just resilient, and they find a way to get it done, or they find a way to try to keep it close. And there were some games during this season we felt like we should have won because of that, because we were fighting so hard and outworking people. But you know, when we felt like at 10, we had a 10-point gap at halftime that we would have the opportunity to at least keep it close, and we came out and didn't score in the third quarter, and they went on a run, and I just felt like we got too far in a hole, and we offensively didn't do the things we needed to do consistently to get out of that hole. And you know, their size bothered us. We tried to drive into the paint, and of course Vanderzee's in there, and our average height's about 5'10", 5'11", and I think theirs is probably 6'2", 6'3", and that really affected us with their zone.
Katie, you had 6 points, 3 rebounds. You were perfect 4 of 4 from the line, an assist, a steal. 33 minutes, you were out there a lot. Give us your impressions of the ball game.
Just from the beginning, we talked about just working hard the whole time and always getting the 50-50 balls, and that was my goal, was to go get the rebounds, go get the 50-50 balls, just keep the game alive.
Whitney, you despite not feeling your best tonight, you had 9 points. That was a team-leading total. Pair of rebounds, 5 of 6 from the line, an assist, 28 minutes. That's pretty steady stuff. I know it's not about stats, but tell us your thoughts on the game.
We came in and we wanted an upset. We came in saying we were going to do whatever it took to win this game, and we played our hearts out. Like Coach said, we just came down. We couldn't put the ball in the hole.
Questions for the Mustangs?
Whitney, just you really came on this year, especially in conference play, and it's a team that's probably going to be counting on you more in the future. What did you learn from some of your older teammates and kind of from this season going against the tough LSC competition, like that's going to help you going forward?
I think the LSC is probably one of the toughest conferences that there is, and a lot of the things that I got came off of my teammates. Kat, our point guard, has always done a great job of finding me, and our posts always kick it out that's where I get most of my threes from. And so it's this year playing against all the tough teams, you have to work together as a team and find the openings, and some days it's might be me, some days it might be Krishan, it might be one of our posts. It's a team thing. And looking at everyone else, as hard as they play, they're going to pick somebody to pick on throughout the game. So,
what's your confidence level at, like, going into the offseason that next year you'll be a contender?
I think next year is going to be great for us. I'm actually really excited for the offseason. I'm really excited for next year because we have so many people returning. I think we learned so much from this season, and we know that next year is going to be great for us. So I'm really excited going into offseason.
More questions for the Mustangs?
Noel, what are the building blocks that you take away from this season that are just positives that you're walking away with, looking forward to next year's tournament, that it's going to be different?
Well, we've got some kids that are battle tested, that had to step up in those big moments, that are young, freshmen and sophomores. And Jen and Jaquar are juniors, and you know, you can kind of put Jay in that freshman group just being new to the program. So we played a tough schedule. I mean, it fluctuated between 1 and 3 depending on who we were playing in that week as far as what we did in the preseason. I kind of threw them to the Sharks big time. And so they know what level they've got to play at. I mean, West Texas's number is top 15, should be top 10 in the nation. And understanding the level of execution and the intensity that you've got to bring every day in practice, which is part of that transition into college, is, you know, you've got to practice well to play well. And so these kids are, as of late, we're understanding that. They started to relax because they were relying on practices to be ready for games. So we've got a lot of young kids. We've got a lot of pieces that we're just going to fill in those gaps and just continue to grow for the next 3 years for sure.
Katie, what is one thing that you think that you've been able to teach the younger kids to sort of set an example of?
The biggest thing is hard work, just never giving up. In practice, just always going to get the ball. Even if our team was down in a drill, always try to fight just to come back. And I felt like it came onto the court a lot this year.
Any more questions for the Mustangs? Well, ladies, we
Y'all are easy.
appreciate you joining us. Thank you.